Hey everyone, so glad you're here today because Bill and I have a special guest, our friend Vickie Severcool from Atlanta. And I'm going to say, like, Atlanta is one of those places that they call it Hot Lanta, but you recently had Snowy Lanta. So clearly you get the seasons. So
We get all the seasons, yes.
apparently. But the reason we bring people like Vickie in is because Bill and I want to show you our reach. Like, we have people that we work with well all across the country. And we know that between California and Florida, there's this sun belt that people seem to just travel along. And, I was actually talking to an agent out of Sacramento. It's Preston Eklund the other day. He was actually in town and I had a one-to-one with him. And he was saying how many of those Californians who moved to Austin aren't loving that Austin humidity. And now they're moving back to California. So, just because people are going one place doesn't mean they may stay there long. So it's always good to keep in touch with all the agents and your clients because you just never know when they're coming back.
Never know. Always want to be that resource.
Exactly. So that's why we have Vickie here today. And Vickie, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. First off, just share a little bit about who you are. You're a Keller Williams agent in Atlanta. How long you been doing business? Give us a little bit about you.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Vickie Severcool. I have a team, Severcool Real Estate Group. I'm with Keller Williams. I've been licensed since 2000, so I'm celebrating my 25th year in real estate. Yeah, and I focus primarily on the in-town neighborhoods of Atlanta. However, you will see me out and about in some of the suburbs because a lot of my business is referral and past client business.
So tell us what's the biggest reason people move to Atlanta? Do you have some industry there or is it weather? Like what's the big draw for Atlanta?
Yeah, so, Atlanta, I call it a transition city, right? There's people moving in and out all the time. We have 16 Fortune 500 companies that are based out of Atlanta, including the Home Depot, Delta Airlines, UPS, Coke. I mean, I could go on, right? But that's just to name a few. We have Emory University and Emory Hospital, which is a huge draw. We have Georgia State, Georgia Tech. And then not too far from here, we have Dobbins Air Force Base. So we have
Hmm.
a lot of draw. And compared to other metropolitan cities, we're still considered to be affordable,
Oh,
right? So if you
Well,
compare yourself to New York, San Francisco, yeah.
and also don't forget you have the College Football Hall of Fame there.
Oh, don't forget.
I mean, when ASU was playing Texas, I went to Atlanta and checked out the Hall of Fame and the Coca-Cola Museum.
The
It's a fun
Coca-Cola
place.
Museum. Yeah, the Hall of Fame. Yes, you're right. And right, we're home, the Falcons, the Braves, Atlanta United. We've got a lot going on here. It's a fun city.
Fun city.
it really sounds like it. So you have a lot of people transitioning there for different jobs and such. Now, what's your median? You said it was affordable still. What's your median price in Atlanta? And I'm not sure. Like, so describe to me. Okay, so when I picture Atlanta, I know this big giant beltway that goes around, right? And then
Yep.
there's like mountainy parts of Georgia, and then there's these. But Atlanta is the hub of a lot of it. It's your city center, right? It's the place where probably I'm going to assume if people are going to have a lot of these careers, that's where they're going to.
Yes, and there's some satellite offices too.
Okay.
So just for example, the company, when I first moved to Atlanta in 1997, the company that I relocated here with actually had an office north of the city, just north of the city. So I lived in Atlanta, but I commuted to my office. And that's sometimes what a lot of people do. Or the average price point, every neighborhood's different and
Yeah.
specific.
I was gonna say, it's probably
So
got a diverse group, a very different, because I'm assuming you can get a nice condo there, or you could get a luxury home, all within probably like 20 minutes of like the same area.
that's right. You go 20 minutes one direction, you can have some more affordable invest properties or maybe an investment property, a flip, right? You go 20 minutes the other direction and you're in, prestigious Hills or, Buckhead and you're paying, 3 million and up for a house, right? So you just it's very diverse and there's something for everybody. I think one of the things that I like about Atlanta is a lot of our communities have little little downtown village areas, right? That are a lot of times walkable. So you can be in Atlanta and be in Kirkwood, the neighborhood, of Kirkwood, and walk to the little Kirkwood Village, wine shop, restaurants, boutique shops. You could be in downtown Decatur and the same thing, right? And so all of our little communities have a hub for gathering, and it's a really it's nice, it's neat.
I like that. I wish we had, I mean, we have some downtown area, like Gilbert has a downtown, Chandler has a downtown, obviously Phoenix. But I like the small little, being from, especially from the Northeast, every little town has its own little like cobblestone street where you walk along and you can do your little shopping and there's all these cute little quaint places to go. Or you like, I love walkability. And so I'm assuming there's parts of Atlanta that make it easily walkable to things.
There are, especially more in town, yes. When you get out a little bit, you're going to have that more suburban feel, maybe the subdivision feel, and you're going to, drive a little bit more than you would maybe walk to your shops and restaurants. But when you're in town, you can definitely find the more walkable communities.
Oh, that sounds nice. So is there big investment opportunities for clients? Like, are short-term rentals popular in Atlanta? Do you see a lot of that, or is it, mostly are most homeowners, are they more landlords who take long-term rentals?
So it will depend because there are some restrictions in different parts of the city around that. What I have seen is, I don't know if you want to call it house hacking, but more along the lines of we have carriage homes behind houses. So we are seeing a lot of that happening, right? Like little smaller dwellings being built, especially in the more urban areas of Atlanta. Candler Park is one of the neighborhoods that you're seeing a lot of that, where, and then they're doing short-term rentals or long-term rentals, just depending on what benefits them. So we do see that. And as a matter of fact, we're considering building one in our backyard. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yes, there is investment opportunity here still. And it's pretty interesting. I'm working with about 4 or 5 investors right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2025 hit and my investors started calling me. So
Yeah. Well, I think because I'm on the opposite, I am selling a lot of investment properties more than normal. Like, I don't usually get 5 to 10 to sell in a year of people who need, to just unload a property that's
they're ready
like, I
to
used to
move
find it
on.
was original 1956.
Mm.
So, and that's unusual to find, but this year I feel like I've been seeing a lot more of those. So what is your favorite thing about living in Atlanta? Is it like I know you have kids too, so school districts, the community, the diversity of like how far and close things are, or what are the things that you find most appealing about being there?
So I think one of the things the neighborhood that I live in, absolutely love our neighborhood. Our kids can ride their bikes over to their friend's house, without a worry. And I also like that I can pick up and drive 15, 20 minutes to a neighboring neighbor community, and there's just a ton of diversity.
Mhm.
Um, there's an art scene, there's a theater scene. We've got, the movie industry, moved in maybe several years ago and started, filming. We just had some filming around the corner from our house last week. So I think that's probably one of my favorite things about Atlanta.
Oh, that's cool. Bill, do you have any lender related questions for Vicky?
I mean, for the most part, it's pretty lending is the guidelines are the guidelines, are very generic to a certain extent, but it's important, I think, with any state is having that professional locally that knows the areas, right?
Mhm.
Especially when it comes to the real estate agent, and you live there. I mean, I visited there for 5 days, loved it, stayed in Buckhead.
Yeah.
Uh, and I have investors that buy there that or used to till rates went up a little bit, but I remember those purchase prices were like 120, 130. It was a suburb outside of Atlanta. It was probably about 30 minutes outside. So it's definitely very affordable as long as the rent's there. But great opportunity in Atlanta. It's I get it. It's transition. It's a hub for a lot of places too. A lot of travel.
Well, yeah, that airport. If you have a connecting flight, you may have to run for like 15 minutes before you get to your actual plane. Because
That
that is a big airport.
It's
and
a
I love
big
the
airport.
Martyr. The Martyr is, I mean, it gets you anywhere you need to go. So that's really nice too.
What is that?
MARTA. That's
Marta, that's right.
MARTA. Yep, yep.
Is that a
Yeah,
bus?
That's
yeah. If you're in the Atlanta airport, you definitely need to take, well, the train that runs in the airport, you need to hop on that train to get you,
mhm.
Yes.
yes, one terminal
Yeah.
to the next.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's the only place I've been in Atlanta, but I'm excited because in February we're heading there for our Keller Williams family reunion. So super excited to be there, and I'm sure Vickie will show us all the cool sites. And we like to, when we do these events, we like to do house tours. So I'm sure we'll get a good look at some of the great places we can potentially help investors buy or clients move to. I get it. I think, Phoenix, we've traded back and forth, clients between Atlanta and Phoenix. It's not unusual because we have a lot of tech companies out here, and it's not, especially if you have that many Fortune 500 companies there, if people are recruiting, it's not uncommon to go from here to there. So if
yeah,
anyone is needing an amazing agent in Atlanta, please reach out to Vickie. She's absolutely outstanding. She's super close friend, and I can't wait. I'll see you in San Antonio in a few months. So super excited about that too. Well,
yes, you
actually, next
will.
month, a few weeks.
Next month. Yeah,
Yeah,
next
a few
month.
weeks. So one of the things that we always talk about is the connections we have with other agents, right? So if you ask me for a referral to another city or state, the odds are pretty good. These are friends of mine. And Bill and I and Vickie are all in a networking group that is national, and the realtors in that group have really taken it an extra step farther. We meet twice a year. We're on phone calls once a month. So it's not like I'm trying to Google somebody, and Vickie's not going to Google somebody. She's going to go to our network of our sphere, right? Like this is, we talk about referrals as part of our business. This is what we do. Like we connect with each other as well. So if you need an agent anywhere, you can call either Vickie or I, and we can give you an amazing person. And I don't even care. Like if you're living in Columbus, Ohio, and you want to move one block over in Columbus, Ohio, I've got an agent, right? So if you don't know anybody, call me. Same thing with Vickie. If you're moving, Vickie, and you're moving, call her
That's
because
right.
we know people everywhere.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, it's been fun. And Bill, you write loans in Atlanta, so if you need a lender,
I gotcha.
it's always
I
good to
know a
have some
guy.
conversations with multiple lenders. Awesome. Well, thank you, Vickie. I appreciate your time today, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Bill. Great to be
Thanks for
here.
being on here.
Okay.
Bye.